A survey of thousands of Japanese residents showed that they think Hokkaido is the prefecture with the nicest people. As someone from Hokkaido, I found this result obvious. It took us forever to figure out my grandmother had Alzheimer's disease because the doctor in the exam kept giving her hints. When it comes to having nice people, we kind of cheat though. All the annoying children are fed to bears.
That would do it. Well, check this. Yukijirushi is recalling 200,000 yogurt cups because there's a possibility that the lids were not sealed. Honestly, this sort of sloppy workmanship is what you should probably expect from a company whose logo is 6 cockroaches at the dinner table.
So true. After a ceremony commemorating the anniversary of the atomic weapon strikes, Shinzo Abe received criticism for delivering the same speech at the events in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Every Japanese first grader writes their speech they'll give for every event they attend if they're ever elected prime minister. And in this case, the speech really was a masterpiece, so I think he should just give it everywhere he goes. It can be his one hit. It's the Macarena of speeches.
Okay, so what... Did you plan to become prime minister when you were a kid?
Yeah, well, there's no choice. They tell you to write...
they just say, prepare to be prime minister. You never know. Greatness might be thrust upon you.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Well, that's... how do you feel about yourself now on your trajectory to becoming prime minister?
I think I'm pretty close.
Pretty close. You're almost there. You're basically prime minister already.
That's why I'm doing this Japanese news review thing.
Just get ready for your job in high-level government.
Yeah, another step to become a politician.
I'm really excited to hear the one speech you give as prime minister. That I'm really excited to hear.
Yeah, I cannot reveal it to you though. It's a secret.
No, naturally, yeah, I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah.
A Japanese Italian food restaurant chain, Saizeria, yeah, I speak Japanese, invented a paper napkin that people can hang over their masks to cover their mouth while eating. Developed this new napkin over face technology cost $10 million US.
Wow.
Sorry, that was a lie.
On August 10th, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe went to a local gym for the first time in 7 months. We know this because his daily schedule is published in Yomiuri. What you didn't know is that since the pandemic started, Yomiuri has been publishing your daily schedule.
It has?
Yeah.
4 major beer companies in Japan reported a huge loss of sales since the pandemic started. One nice thing about the coronavirus is now all the bars are closed. Nobody has to pretend to like beer anymore.
Yeah, no pretending.
I don't drink. I'm telling a story that's not mine.
A Japanese train company, Choshi Dentetsu, was planning to give away a popsicle named Gari-Gari-kun, which is a parody of the famous popsicle Gari-Gari-kun. They later canceled the campaign. The reason is unclear, but the CEO apologized on their website saying, "Our popsicles melted, but we will try our best to stop our company from melting down." It's really funny, but I wonder how much longer they can choshi ni noru.
Japanese pun. Don't worry. All right, here, I'll deliver that last line with my flawless accent. It's really funny, but I wonder how much longer they can choshi ni noru. Was that perfect? Did I sound exactly Japanese right there? Choshi ni noru.
Choshi ni noru.
Hey, did you know a life-size robot dinosaur show started in Tachikawa? The dinosaurs live on a healthy diet of oblivious tourists. Boom! It's a joke because they're robots. Did we learn nothing from Jurassic Park? See, with Jurassic Park, we wanted to make biological dinosaurs. I think making them robots is so much worse of an idea.
Yeah.
At least biological entities can have compassion.
Mm-hmm. Kawagoe Station made a sign to promote social distancing. It uses a picture of the famous local produce, sweet potatoes on alternating seats and said Kawagoe citizens wouldn't sit on sweet potatoes. Just as America had its emo phase, now Kawagoe has its emo phase.
What?
They first tried using a picture of Kawagoe's mayor, but people kept fighting each other over who got to sit on him.
Kawagoe, where they love potatoes and hate their mayor. Topical. In Chiba, a baby goat named Ponyo ran away from its owner in May. After 3 attempts to get it back that for some reason took 3 months, they finally got it back, and the rescuers, the way they did it is they brought in 2 other goats as bait, so that Ponyo would then come away from the cliff and could be led to safety. The first 2 attempts both ended in something of a cliffhanger. Ponyo, when caught, crudely yelled, "Baka!" That was Japanese. I speak Japanese. If only Japan had private gun ownership, this whole thing would have taken 5 minutes and ended in a delicious goat barbecue.
Yep.
I don't know if we'll be able to edit it, but just imagine an American flag started waving behind me as I said that. USA. We shoot things.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Ponyo. We're glad you're safe.
The character Dai on Nyoigatake Mountain is traditionally lit on August 16th as a sacred ritual. This sends the visiting ancestral spirits safely back to heaven, but someone lit the letter Dai on August 8th without permission. Reached for comment, the Kyoto mayor said, "I don't know who lit the Dai character, but I hope they die."
Nice! The rare and greatly sought after Japanese-English pun. Englanese.
Yep. I wonder how many people understand this.
Jinglish? What do you call it when Japanese and English are both required for the pun? Is it a Jinglish pun? Englandese. Japanglish.
Yeah.
Japanglish pun. You're welcome, dear viewer. The Pokemon Center Company has warned people not to access a fake official Pokemon website or attempt to buy things from it that's been put up by fraudsters and has been used to steal credit card information. The police say their top suspect is Team Rocket. They put on a press conference where they promise to catch 'em all. But we know that won't work. The only way to stop these villains is to have a 10-year-old run away from home and make animals fight each other.
Japanese vocal group Arashi's greatest hit album sold 3.3 million copies in 2019, outselling albums released in the same year by famous artists such as Taylor Swift and BTS. This could be attributed to the fact that Japan is the last country on Earth that buys CDs. And not just that, Japanese people buy 3 copies of each CD, one for display, one for listening, and one spare. This is true. If you've heard of the famous Japanese work ethic, it's because we are trying to afford our CD collections.
I think it's really calumnious of you to imply that anyone has ever outsold Taylor Swift, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You admit your crime. Moving on. An association of dentists in Osaka have criticized Governor Yoshimura's suggestion to use medical-grade gurgling liquid to stop the spread of COVID-19. It hasn't been proven that the gurgling liquid can prevent or cure COVID-19, but many people nationwide rushed to purchase the gurgling liquid, which has led to a shortage in medical facilities. Seeing the commercial success of this liquid, the Australian government started an ad campaign in Japan saying that Vegemite might maybe possibly cure coronavirus, adding, "Please, we have way too much of the stuff." In response to this frenzy of illogical behavior that will prolong and spread the disease, Americans said, "Hey, that's our thing."
A study found out that Japanese people wear masks for social conformity, and protecting themselves or others had no correlation to the decision to wear masks. With its findings, the team urged public health policymakers to consider social motivations when implementing public strategies to fight the virus. Fun fact, the most successful pickup line in Japan is, "Everyone's going on dates with me." I mean, there has to be a lot of peer pressure to get an entire nation to eat raw fish.
See, that's a good example of a joke that I would not be allowed to tell. That's
Yeah.
about sushi. I can't do that. I can't do that. That would be permitted.
Yeah.
Also, sushi's delicious. Back off,
I know, I love sushi, but I'm not sure if it's, the social pressure that made me eat sushi and love sushi.
It's like, here, eat this fish. It's like, well, yeah, when were you going to cook it? And then there's just a stare down.
Yeah, I died. I almost died I almost died when I was little eating octopus. Like once eating octopus and twice eating squid. They're like chewy.
Are you for real? You almost died?
Yeah, like it got stuck. I choked.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, that sounds horrifying. And they do the thing where I think it's a squid where they put the soy sauce on it and the salt on the nerve endings makes it crawl around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this, go YouTube it right now. It's horrifying. It's the worst possible thing.
And people on TV eating like living fish. That's the moving and it's like that.
But it's all peer pressure. It's all because everyone else is doing it.
That's when I decided that I wouldn't want to be on TV in Japan.
That's once it comes down to eating animals live, that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this.
In response to the pandemic, a farm in Chiba has trained its sheep to form the shape of an Amabie spirit, which traditionally is an image that can ward off disease. Amabie felt honored and attended the show in person, but left promptly when it saw the crowd. It did feel sheepish about it, though.
Ooh, last pun.
That's it. That's the pun. That's the one that ends the show. We did it.
So many puns.